step into the grand tour of one episode. That's right, Dragon Ball Super episode 31 dropped on Sunday, and yeah, I'm a couple of days late, but still, I managed to get to see it, and I am sort of pleased with the results. To Zuno-sama, ask about the locations of the Dragon Balls. Now that's a descriptive title. It's Bulma and JAC-O time, and actually I think this is pretty good for where we are right now, because a lot of people who aren't familiar with the JAC-O the Galactic Patrolman manga might be thinking, well, who is this guy? I mean, he just seems to be like a whiny little moaner and all that kind of thing. I don't want to do anything. No, this is actually a really great chance to see what he's like in action and actually prove that he can do stuff. I mean, you know, we kind of saw that in the Resurrection F arc and the movie, that he can fight and fight well, but I think people tend to forget that. I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, he is a little bit whiny. Come on. Besides, he deserves a little bit of a backstory. I mean, he's been around the anime long enough. I mean, he's earned it. I mean, that's how anime works. What I really like about this episode is that Bulma is actually seen to be the kind of temptress, scheming little girl that she was in Dragon Ball. Just like in the future, she's just like that again. And so she's just going to JAC-O and going like, oh, well, I'll help you, I'll kiss you and stuff. And JAC-O's going, ha ha ha, you're too old. Slap. It's good to see that kind of original character shine through again. But the whole premise of this episode was for JAC-O and Bulma to go and find the locations of the Super Dragon Balls in Universe 7, their universe. And the only way that they could possibly do it is to go to Zuno-sama, a pun on the word brain in Japanese, and see where he can find the locations or what he knows about them. So this is kind of almost like a brilliant, perfect masterstroke for the writers. Can they go like, how are we going to shoehorn all this fact about the Super Dragon Balls without making it look kind of obvious? Make a guy who has a big brain and can spout any knowledge. That's perfect! Perfect! And so we get Zuno-sama, and reminds me about Japanese culture. Neat. So how do you get your question from Zuno-sama answered? Well, you gotta kiss the guy. And since JAC-O did it, and he's a man, he only gets one question, but Bulma gets 3. Although according to Zuno-sama, she's not his type because she's middle-aged and stuff, but, you know, she still gets 3, so decent. JAC-O kind of blows his question on a rather inappropriate one about Bulma's measurements, but apparently he was saying that just to kind of prove what exactly he knows. But JAC-O did say earlier that Zuno-sama even knows what kind of underwear you're wearing, even if you're a total stranger. So it's kind of a bit irrelevant in that case. Funny little side plot is that JAC-O is after Bertman, who's been accused across the galaxy for eat and run incidents, and Bertman just so happens to turn up at Zuno-sama's palace wanting to get a question. And actually it's a really, really cool way about how Bulma and JAC-O are able to get audience with Zuno, because originally they had to wait 7 years, but since they're able to save them from Bertman's kind of hostage situation, you know, they were able to get their question answered. So, you know what? That's actually a pretty convincing way to get it. So, you know, again, writer's top job. After some pratfalls, Bulma does get what she wants in terms of answers. Well, kind of. Here's a little crash course for you all. The Super Dragon Balls were created by the god Zorama, and they are 37,000 kilometers wide, so that's pretty big. And the stars inside of them are actually starfish marks, so, you know, it's something I didn't know, so, And most importantly, there is only one set of 7 Super Dragon Balls in each universal pair. So actually, it kind of means that the whole subplot of Bulma trying to make a Super Dragon radar to kind of counter Beerus is kind of irrelevant. There could have been like a whole new GT arc kind of happening, but, you know, that being said, it kind of would have been irrelevant and it would have really taken the pace away from the main plot. So I kind of understand that, but it would have been sad, but I understand. Still kind of want it though. In all, this was actually a pretty decent episode. I quite liked it. It's more than just filler, because I felt like it had more to do with the story, and actually it kind of solved the question about the Super Dragon Radar, about the Super Dragon Balls in general, so it did hold some importance with the story. So I consider this more than just typical filler. Also, that green-haired girl, that is Bulma from a flashback. Some of us thought that that might have been Bra for some reason, but, you know, it's now been confirmed. Bulma confirmed. Bulma confirmed. Anyways, thank you guys for being so patient, and be sure to tune in next week for episode 32's review. And actually, based on the previews, kind of looks really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Keep up to date with all my episode reviews as well as my other content by subscribing to this channel, and don't forget to check me out on Twitter. So until next time guys, catch you later.